The Ministry of Health informs the public that due to the test match being held at the Darren Sammy Cricket Grounds from Friday the 18th of June to Tuesday the 22nd of June, there will be no COVID-19 vaccination clinics on Friday the 18th of June and Tuesday the 22nd of June. Also, due to the inclement weather conditions expected over the next few days, the mobile clinics scheduled for Massey Cul-de-Sac on Friday the 18th of June and the Grosley Bus Terminal, The Gardens, on Saturday the 19th of June have been postponed. The new dates will be announced in a subsequent notice. The Ministry of Health says it regrets any inconvenience caused. 29 participants from 14 health and social agencies in St. Lucia have benefited from a PAHO WHO-sponsored virtual workshop on treating tobacco dependence.
The workshop is the first component of the project, which will lead to training of additional personnel locally and the service provision to persons seeking help to quit use of tobacco products, held over a 2-day period. It brought together contributors from the PAHO WHO in the United States, Switzerland, and the Caribbean. Regional Advisor for Tobacco Control of PAHO, Dr. Francisco Armada Perez, reiterated the rationale for the workshop.
Tobacco cessation is an important component of tobacco control. Article 14 of the Framework Convention on Tobacco Control mandates each party to establish in healthcare facilities and rehabilitation centers programs for diagnosing, counseling, preventing, and treating tobacco dependence, among several other measures concerning tobacco dependency and cessation. The benefits of tobacco cessation have been amply supported by evidence, and this includes improved health in those who quit and similar gains for their families.
It has been estimated that 60% of the world's 1.3 billion tobacco users have expressed a desire to quit, but only 33% have access to the tools to help them do so. Minister for Health and Wellness, Senator the Honorable Mary Isaac, who addressed the opening ceremony, explained how the workshop could help bridge this gap locally.
This project will strengthen our capacity to assist those who need help to quit the use of tobacco. We know this process can be very challenging for those who are motivated, but nicotine addiction often thwarts the efforts of those willing to quit. This initiative adds another critical achievement in the broader tobacco control efforts of the Department of Health and other stakeholders.
The WHO Framework Convention on Tobacco Control was unanimously adopted in 2003. St. Lucia was one of the first countries in the OACS to implement a tobacco cessation program. 182 countries have signed on to the convention, covering more than 90% of the world's population. For the Ministry of Health and Wellness, I'm Jacques Hinkson Compton.
A move to showcase the agricultural produce of women and girls in St. Lucia has been cemented. On Wednesday, a memorandum of understanding was penned between Export St. Lucia and Helen's Daughters, a non-profit that focuses on the economic development of rural women.
Since 2016, Helen's Daughters has been supporting rural women through the use of adaptive agricultural techniques, capacity building, and improved market access. Its mandate has been to empower rural women engaged in agriculture. The non-profit organization's work has been captured by Export St. Lucia. At an MOU signing on Wednesday, the Chief Executive Officer, Sunita Daniel, said that her organization has admired Helen's Daughters from afar, and it was time to play a role in pushing them even further.
The factors of production are owned by men, and men own the land, men own the capital, men own the businesses, but the workers on those farms are women. And I'm doing some work currently and looking at the real characteristics of farming organizations and enterprises. And one of the things that we're finding is that women do not get paid as much as men who do similar work on a farm. And so one of the things that we are quite interested in is in really strengthening and assisting in strengthening Helen's Daughters with whatever capacity Export St. Lucia can bring to the table. We are known to really work, and our tagline is excellence at home and abroad, and we really are known to work excellently and at an excellent level, and we are very happy to be associated with an excellent organization. And so one of the things that we really want to do is to help them access other markets.
Founder and president of Helen's Daughters, Keithlyn Carew, said the initiative was in an effort to increase the standard of rural women in agriculture.
As a society, we often do not realize the integral role that women play throughout the value chain, from raw production to marketing to processing. And as a result of our stereotypes, women have been cut out of a lot of opportunities in the agricultural sector, particularly in training, receiving finance, and capacity development. And agriculture, from yesteryear to even today, still remains an important productive sector of ours. I mean, it employs about 21% of persons in the labor force. But when we break it down, 9% of that is women, whereas 12% of that is men. And when we speak of actually skilled labor, it's 2% of women being skilled workers, whereas there's only about 8% of men being skilled, which really drives down on this demonstration that at the end of the day, there's a lot of need for investment and support in upskilling the labor force overall, particularly in the agricultural sector, but definitely in also focusing on the most marginalized communities, such as women and youth.
Export St. Lucia is keen to work with the organization.
The women spoke really a lot about one of their needs being that looking at a seed bank, and I have spoken to Dr. Jules at the OACS Commission about that, and that's something that we would really like to start instituting in St. Lucia. So that's one of our most immediate activities that we'll be looking at, and we really believe as an agency to give people what they need and not what we think they need. So where the capacity that they think we should assist them in is where we'll be assisting them.
Export St. Lucia will assist Helen's Daughters with research and market access, among other things. The ultimate goal is for women to see agriculture as a viable career. For the Hot 7 News, Nisha Charles reporting.
This is the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. There's more news after the break.